this super orangey, reddish, ultimate fall or winter smoky eye. I used the Morphe 350 palette and I just kind of blew the whole thing out crazy and have a cranberry pop on the lower lid. I have blue eyes. This look really accentuates blue eyes, but it will be pretty on anyone, or you can use the same technique and use any shades you like. So please keep watching if you want to see how I did it. I do my full face in the video, and also give me a like as it supports my channel, and feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you as a subscriber, and I hope you're all well and had a great Thanksgiving, and let's begin. Okay, if you want to skip just to the eye makeup part, just go to 342. That's when that starts. Also, I was just showing you that I'm growing out my brows. It's a PSA, so don't mind the scraggly brows. First, I'm starting with primer using the MAC Strobe Cream. I want a really luminous base, so this gives a nice reflective surface to put the makeup on. Then I'm mixing those two foundations, Milani and L'Oreal. Everything will be listed below, by the way, so you can see the products and the colors. And then with my damp beauty blender, I am bouncing that all in. Bouncing it to blend it, not rubbing it, just bouncing it along and making sure there are no patches or seams. Next, I'm taking my little Dynamic Duo combo here, the Brightening Maybelline Magic Eraser, and then here I'm doing over top the fair color. So the pinky one first, and then the skin tone fair color. Well, it's lighter than my skin tone, to add a highlight. So putting those under the eyes, between the eyebrows, chin, and there you go. Now I'm setting it with the Ben Nye Cameo Powder, giving it a nice heavy set. I don't want any creasing under the eyes. Also going to set everywhere else I put the concealer. And then after this I'm running into, first tip, bounce out your forehead again before you set your forehead with powder, because you won't get any lines that way. Sometimes the foundation will already start to get in lines. And then you'll set the lines, and that's not good. Here I'm setting the face with the Maybelline Loose Powder. Again, it'll be listed below. And I take that down onto the neck because I put foundation down onto my neck. With a combination of those two contour colors, I'm contouring the face now. So under the cheekbones, you can see how I lightly bring it all the way almost towards the mouth to really give myself more shape where I don't have any. Now I'm doing the nose with a matte bronzer, just a little bit there, and then I go into the smaller eye brush to more define the nose and really hone in on exactly where I want the shape to be, and then dusting off excess with the powder brush. Here I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It smells really good. It has quite a strong smell, so if you don't like coconut limey smells, you might want to avoid it. And hitting the cheeks there, blending it over the contour and a little bit under. I'm kind of warming up the whole face. I'm not really being too strategic with this. And hitting under the chin to get rid of any double chin that might be there. This is a Stila highlighter. It's absolutely gorgeous, kind of like a foiled pinky color. Popping that on the tops of the cheekbones, a little bit in between the eyes there, a touch on the nose, and then a little on the very tip. Cupid's bow to make the lips look a little fuller, and kind of dusting it there and a little bit on the chin. And then I'm taking the Stila Duo Color Pink Blush, applying that. I think pinker cheeks, rosy cheeks, and orangey warm eyes look really pretty together. If it was a peach cheek and the orange eyes, it would just be too much, like peach for me. So now I just did my brows really quick, by the way. I did not show that, so that saved some time. Now I'm highlighting under the brow bone with that same highlighter we used on the face, and then going into this pink eyeshadow. I love to start with orangey looks with a pink transition color, so I basically am totally blowing this out, putting that really high, almost all the way up to the eyebrow. And then I'm taking a very busted looking soft brown from MAC, and with the shadows, I'm just doing the same thing, but kind of lowering the position of application every time. So the soft brown went slightly lower than that pink transition, and then these two orangey colors are going into the soft brown, but a little bit lower as well. You can see that. So I'm really starting to pull the shadow outwards. See, it's almost to the tip of my eyebrow. It's really quite messy, but that's the whole point. It turns out really cool, I think. Then I'm taking an even darker shade and doing that same position, but a little bit lower, but also blending it up. It's kind of hard to explain. You just kind of have to practice and keep blending. Then I'm taking this beautiful cranberry shade and putting this all over the mobile eyelid down there. And I go back in a second here. I got really excited, so I forgot to show the products I'm using, but I'm patting on the gold shade that I initially pointed to a second ago. And then going back to blend everything. I blend a lot, so there's a few more times where I pick up a brush and blend. Now I'm adding a deeper brown to the very outer V, if you will, or the outer corner to really drag out that eye and kind of, I keep saying blowing it out, but that's the perfect term. It's like
just a super blown out smoky eye. So that's the dark color to ground the whole thing and add a little more dimension on the outer part of the eye. And there you go. It's kind of messy, but we will tie it all together when we put our lower lash line color on. Again, blending. Now I'm patting, what am I doing? Patting some more of the gold on. There's a gold color from the top row of that 350 palette. And looking like a crazy mofo. Here I'm going to tight line with a black eyeliner, the top line, to remove any gaps, so when I put the falsies on you won't see anything. I didn't show it. This is a bronze NYX liner, and putting that in the lower waterline and then blending with my finger. Kind of as a base for the shadows we're going to put on. And then basically down here I repeat the similar thing. So I take those two colors there, really buff them low down under the eye. I love a low blown out smoky eye. I think it's so pretty. Makes my smaller eyes look bigger, I think. And so doing that to both sides. And then I'm going to take the brown. This is where I add the darker brown that I used up top. I didn't show it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I got so excited. So I'm just buffing the brown, and then I'm taking the even deeper brown here, and with a smaller pointed brush. I think it's a Sigma E47, I think, has a pointed tip, and really hitting that lower lash line close to the lashes. And then I'm going to continue adding a little bit more of that deepest brown onto the outer corner. And then here I'm putting a really metallic peachy pink color from the palette right in the middle of the lid, and I can see a difference. I like how that looks. Kind of adds a pop, if you will. Here I'm taking an angle brush and that deepest brown we used and doing a very soft line at the base of the lashes, just on the outer portion, just to kind of give a little more depth down there and give the lashes something to disappear into. I'm just kind of touching up, putting in even lighter color from the palette in the inner corners. It's a very foiled shadow. This palette is amazing, by the way. Dusting off any fallout. And here I'm touching up my blush. I wanted to put a little more blush on because once you have the eyes on, the face can take a little more color, especially my pale AF face. Here is L'Oreal Telescopic, putting that on the lashes to prep for my lashes. I'm going to give you a little posing, and then I'll be right back, and I'm going to do my hair and put on some Ardell Demi Wispies, I believe they were. And then moving on, I'm going to close the gap between my falsies and the inner corner, just kind of paint in there with this liquid liner. I'm going to put a little bit of Maybelline falsies on top of the lashes and then on the lower lashes, because you can't forget about those guys. And then we're on to lips. This is my favorite overlining lip color. I kind of make my lips as big as I want with these because it's very similar to my lip color. It's by Prestige. And then I'm taking a NYX liner. I think it's Peekaboo Neutral, yep. Going just on the outer part of that line that I made, kind of the outer part of the new lip line, if you will. And then I'm taking this beautiful NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick. I forget the color. It'll be written down below. And applying that. And then I'm going to take another lighter NYX Lingerie liquid lip and put it in the middle of the upper and lower lip and kind of blend it in with my finger. This gives a slight ombre effect and lightens up the overall look of the lip while bringing a little more light to the middle of the lips, which makes your lips look fuller. So you'll see here, you can see the difference there. It's a little lighter in the middle. So anyway, that's it. I really hope everyone enjoyed it. Please subscribe and like and comment, and have a wonderful rest of the holiday break. Bye.